How you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Saturday morning, March 25th, 2023. I think it's about sometime after 10 in the morning. I don't know. Kind of in a daze here. I'd like to apologize, firstly, though, for acting like a crazed liberal / Karen. No offense if your name is Karen. I know a couple of Karens, and I always joke with them. But as you can see, these last, I don't know what, put my glasses, a couple of days, 36, 42 hours, it's just been, a whirlwind. And I was kind of hoping that, things would start to, and the landlord showed up, and I got the beep from my security cam, so I looked, and it was there, and you could hear Carla explain, talking about the window, the broken window in her room. I'll get that fixed, and I'll get the other one fixed. The front window has been broken for three plus years by the granddaughter. This window has been broken at least about a month or so, give or take a few days a week. Never does anything up until the landlord shows up. Kind of par for course is just a general thing with anybody, right? Oh yeah, I'll do it until the police show up. So she was out there lying, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then they came to the back of the house, and I could hear her. She's all, I don't know. These guys have been on me from the get-go. They're conspiring on. They've been conspiring. They must be jealous. Jealous of what? What do you have that I can't find in a trash can? And that goes for everybody that you know in your life and your family. Clearly, by the junk that we saw in the hallway and that was in the room, that's where your family and your kinfolk and everyone lie. That's all you've shown. She's out there lying, and that's when I decided, then the heck with it. I'm just going to put her on. I'm going to have to put her on YouTube Live again. I have to put her on blast. So then I did, and as you notice, when she saw me with the camera coming around, she kind of got quiet, and she kind of, and then the landlord says, well, no, talking about her kid. No, he's gone. Well, yeah, you and the granddaughter kind of more or less set him up, but that's your son, that's your dad. If that's how you do family, then obviously, because that's how you do everybody else, especially Dion and I, and everybody else around the neighborhood and throughout the whole course of how you walk. And I was trying to be civil. I was trying to hold my tongue and everything, and the landlord knew that I was mad. She's seen my demeanor just change, from happy-go-lucky and star-eyed and visions of, just doing so much more. This was the stepping stone and everything. And then enter Carla. Then the lockdown. And everything else. It started cascading. So then when I started putting her on there, and then she got quiet and everything, you can see how she kind of started regressing a little bit and was trying to make short of the conversation with the landlord and wanting to end it and stuff like that. She barely couldn't even gnaw herself out of the bear trap, just to get away. And then she was, I don't know who she was talking to. Oh, yeah, they don't got the camera up on my face and everything, so shit, who fuck they think they is. And then she had mentioned, the landlord said, well, I don't want any more. Now listen to what she's saying and listen to how she's talking. She says, oh, well, you know, the police haven't been in years. Exactly how long do you think you've been here? Granted, yes, 3+ years. But you're making it sound, when people say that, oh, I've been here for years. Oh, you're making it sound like I've been here, unfortunately, the longest. At 5 freaking years in transitional housing. Plus, continuing. They haven't been here in years. They've only been once, and then she brings up the thing about the ice or whatever. Now, when I first called the police, I had noticed, you know, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, they were using stuff from the freezer. And I looked, and then that's when I looked, you know, and they had stolen pieces of meat. And then I'm like, what the hell? So I went in, part of my milk was gone, a lot of my Kool-Aid and everything, and that was the kids, that was Rick and everything. And then I was all pissed off and everything. And I remember that evening because Rick, her drunk son, came up and, oh, what the fuck's the problem? Oh, man, we ain't even know you. You probably don't fucking eat it and everything. Y'all fucked up and all this stuff. Oh, got a good mind. Put you on your place. You be talking like that to my mom and shit like that. And that's when I called the police. And then for some, in her mind, she's relayed and associated everything. Oh yeah, they call the police on me because I stole some ice and stuff. You think the police would come over here just for? The viable fact is that they were called on because he threatened, and then the theft of whatever and stuff like that. And then I told him, and if it hadn't been for that, I would have let it go, and I would have confronted him in the morning. Well, we'll tell him, you know, blah 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 blah. So in her mind, years and years ago, I don't know what she's thinking, or how far back she's thinking. That's what that happened. Even the landlord was playing her because she wanted to see how she was going to respond. She's been saying that the police only basically has been here once in years. The police have been there for 4 times. I've called it 4 times. And she can't remember. She's just still stuck on ice cubes and all this other stuff. I know. I knew that the comments were going to be when a lot of you folks were going to see her. Some of you have already seen her. Some of you have already seen her when she first came in, and she was, now granted, she was heavier. When you're homeless, you do tend to gain a lot more weight because your body goes into that starvation mode. It goes into that survival mode. Look it up. You'll see what I'm talking about. So your body stores a lot of fat and everything. So whatever little calories you get, your body stores up, kind of like a squirrel with acorns in their cheeks and stuff like that. But she wasn't really losing weight up until towards the end of the year, or the first great hibernation. And she was drinking more, and then she was doing meth and doing coke and stuff like that. And she was, I mean, granted, she was a little more active. She would, you know, walk the dog and stuff more and more on a frequent basis. But then as time was wearing on, and I think the unemployment was starting to run out the beginning of the following year, and she was just getting more of the kids and more of the transients and utilizing their EBT and the GR and what have you and stuff like that, and financing her food, you know, all's good. It's like Dion said, oh yeah, everything's fine when, you know, when they're cooking and, you know, they got food and everything and everyone's happy. I go, yeah, kind of like the Caesar in a Coliseum, you know, you give free food and free bread and stuff like that and calm the audience. I go, yeah, it's tactics, manipulation, calming down. It's all grooming tactics in a way. So, and then when she's felt that she's had enough of this person or whatever, she's utilized them for whatever, and then she starts an argument, gets kicked out. No, you don't already paid your price. That food or whatever, that's just for whatever you do, because I have to clean up and she now have to make an excuse for you being here and causing such a ruckus with the landlord and all this. She's always passing the buck on someone else. Never. You know, Dion and I can't even count how many times it's just, the man and I were on the same level. It's a matter of maybe not atoning, but at least recognizing what you've done. You know, after everything, you're telling me that you're 62 years old and everybody else has caused you all these problems. Everybody, your family, your friends, your kids, your son, your granddaughter, everybody just disappoints you and leaves you in such a disparaged state of mind that I didn't do anything. I just gonna go. I don't know. You know, they had it in on me from the first time Who was the idiot that helped you move your car that morning when you were taking off on the first day that you walked in? Me, because it was my day off from Target. Day number 2, when I was coming home from work, when I was walking home from work and walking up. Oh, hey, can I get you to go help me with my car? I go, what happened? I didn't run out of gas again. And day number 2, she ran out of gas. The first time I helped her push it to the curb, and the second time she wanted to push in the driveway. I couldn't push it up the driveway. You know, I just got as best as, you know, kind of maybe a third of the way up in the driveway. Oh, that's okay. I'll call someone to give me a gallon of gas. Always calling someone else to help you out, and you just never do anything. She does a lot of getting help and reinforcements by not stepping out of her room, only utilizing the phone, and never making the effort to do anything. She always, well, you go and find for me, and you go check it out for me or whatever, and then you give me a call, and never. Well, I need to put the effort to do something for her, at least acknowledge. If anything good happens, she takes full honors for it. Kind of sounds like the administration. I've done so much, but the prior administration, blah, blah, blah. This is her. Now everywhere, this whole attitude with this person, it's soured me with her and all her friends and anything. It unfortunately has soured me now to strange people. Even more so now, I am more now cautious and fearful of your common black woman. Everything that I have experienced, now I have friends I have female friends. That's fine. I've known them. That's fine. Friends are different. But this no, I don't like this. You know, and then I've been exposed to this fucked up attitude that she's got, you know, and she's all just brazen and trying to be all manly and trying to, I don't know, what is this whole machismo trying to do anything. In my many years of moving throughout and working in my trade, being printer and moving throughout different parts of the country and everything, and one thing I've always loved was just to look at people, study people, see how different parts of, you know, the U.S. is, how they live over here. You know, I always go back to my most surprising was, you know, Wisconsin. You know, people are just so different. You know, Florida was a little more relaxed and cheerful and upbeat. Montana was a little bit more serious but fun. Nevada was, northern Nevada, Tahoe life was just so relaxed. Life was so much more different. And then the other day, was it last night or night before last, I saw on Prime Video, that Jordan Peele movie, Nope. I had wanted to see it and stuff like that. And I had seen that it was, the reviews were a little mixed, and that it was very, what do you call it, progressive or whatever. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to spend the money to go, you know, to see the movie or rent or whatever. So it's temporarily right now on Prime, so I watched it. And his sister, I like his character. I like his quiet, serious I loved his character. When his sister entered the picture, when she walked in that stage and she had that attitude, the first thing I saw was Carla in a younger version. And I hated that. That is a kind of attitude in a black female that I do not ever want near me ever in my life. Other than my immediate friends or whatever that I have, that's fine. Now granted, I know, and I've had this comment before, oh, well, you know, you just don't like. I have also had many gay friends. I still have gay friends. My former employers, you know, one of the things, we used to go on bowling leagues. We used to go to Las Vegas. My roommate and I, we used to go to Sam's Town to go bowling. We were part of the AMF. That was so long ago. We used to go. Our league was Mission Hills in San Fernando. We did Reno once. We did Vegas and Sam's Town twice. It was a lot of fun. And then Mission Hills Thursday or Friday nights? No, it was Wednesday nights. It was a lot of fun. Had my own ball, my bag, my shoes and everything. And, especially tuned for my English, for my spin. But this now, I don't Plus Carla now, I don't ever want to have anything to do with that, people like that ever in my life. I can't trust it. I don't like the immediate explosions. I don't like what it's done to me over the course of the last 3+ years. I wasn't like this. I wasn't like this. You know, and I go back also to, I quickly flash to one of my friends. One of my friends when we were homeless, he's from Barbados. And he hated American black people. Oh, he would say, oh, those fucking ends, and they're so they don't even know. They come to my country, or they'll go to Africa. They're not wanted because they're looked upon as too much, over the top. And he used to say that. He says, they couldn't make it. They could. That kind of attitude over here in this country and somewhere else, it wouldn't go. It wouldn't go. Oh yeah. Had a lot of friends actually. Also, this one particular lady was at Memorial Park, and she was from Africa. She was a former nurse out there, and something happened, family tragedy or whatever, and caused her to come out of the States. And she's so many black foreigners of my friends have always resounded the same thing, is that always make an excuse, not wanting to move forward, always wanting to look for the quicker, better, and the fastest deal, wanting to do less. He says, and they've also said the same thing. Is like, don't you find it kind of strange how mostly Africans and other nationals of black people come over here and more progressive? And I go, yeah, I know. I go, it's not just that. I go, it's us Americans in our youth. I go, we have all these schooling opportunities and we don't take advantage of it, you know. But when they see a foreigner coming over, oh, how did that, person become? Well, because they're starving for education. Wherever they come from, they don't have the advantages. But once they come over here and they see that we have cheap to free education, whereas our children in our society, we don't take advantage of it, but the foreigners do. Why do you think there are so many other foreigners that are in an impressive young age that are doctors? Many a times I've gone to the emergency room and I'm thinking on my mind, and how old are you? Because I'm 57 and you look all about 30. Have you even hit puberty? And then she's using the kids and the minors in the neighborhood to sell her drugs. A lot of you also commented yesterday is like, well, I thought she was going to be moving out. Well, legally, all these squatters and the eviction processes and everything, at least here in Pasadena, is until March 31st. I know that in Altadena, I've already said that they've already started extricating people and stuff like that here and there, but you have to kind of watch and read the news and everything. Downtown LA, I don't know, it seems kind of stagnant too. But here it is, you know, and it was thankfully very, very quiet yesterday. There were no other occurrences and stuff like that. I know my other housemate, he was pretty upset. He was really upset. And we had a chance to speak yesterday, and I told him, I go, yeah, you know, Kim came down and stuff and was checking, and Carla was lying, saying that we were against her from the get-go. And I go, that's when I decided to put her on blast again. I put her on live. He's like, well, I didn't hear. I must have been passed out, because he heard the noise first, but you know, Carla and them were starting very early. So I just I'm on my way back from downtown LA. I thought the bus pass office down there was going to be open today. I wanted to check some things out. I just hop on the train to get down there and get back to the house. I don't really have the energy or the enthusiasm after. I'm just kind of trying to sort things out. There's a kind of person exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to avoid. Everywhere I go now, I see it. I hear her. I hear that. You know, I hate that. And even more so because, you know, she's on drugs. And look at her. Look at the way she's acting. You know, when I come around with the camera and then she starts to, and she's looking and she's staring at me, and I'm not saying anything. She's kind of getting a little more uncomfortable. She's kind of standing upright a little, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go now. I don't like how this is going. So, body language. I gotta get out of here. I hate this. I'm No, I don't know what's going to happen. I know that a lot of you folks were asking, well, I thought she was going to be out. I don't know. Nothing is clear. Nothing has been really said in detail or anything. All I know is that from a legal aspect, she does have until the 31st of the month. Or April 1st. We'll see. You said, well, it didn't seem like, no. And like I responded in the comment, you saw what I felt. That, yeah, I don't think she's going to end up leaving. There's that uncertainty. But then again, as I said, I don't know. We could all assume, as only I can and Dion can. You know, we could only assume. Nothing is inked. Nothing has been told to us verbally with a period at the end of any conversation. So again, this whole thing is very up in the air. Like her, very ambiguous. So, at this point, it's just anyone's guess. It really is anyone's guess right now. A few days, today's the 25th, I said. Today's the 25th, so we'll see. Just so much trying to get things straighten out, and I can't really move forward, with anything, even with the landlord. I said, it's hard for me to take care of my health and try to keep appointments and stuff like that, because if I'm stuck having to deal with all this crap in the evening, I'm going to forget by the time, and the depression is just going to be so overwhelming. The root of the problem is her. She can tell you, oh, you're going to change, you're going to be quiet now, or it's going to be, different and all this. That's all she's done for the past 3+ years. Words are easily spoken. Anybody can say that. We all have mouths. We all throw words. Do we act upon it? Do we really say something when we say that we're going to try and do something? She hasn't. She certainly hasn't. She doesn't want to change. I'm so tired. I even told the landlord, I go, man, if she gets out of the house, the one thing I want to do is just take a shower. I still haven't had a shower at all, other than if I'm hospitalized. That's the only time I can ever take a shower, and that's been maybe a total of 3 times. 3-4 times that I've actually taken a shower being admitted overnight. 3 times, honestly. The rest of the time has been alcohol baths and baby wipe baths, and bird showers, bird baths. What we reference in the homeless communities is like, when we go to the bathroom in the morning to go brush our teeth, we'll just splash water, take a little soap, or maybe get our washcloth and stuff like that. That's it. It's not that easy, and it is not that easy to maintain hygiene like I feel, and I'm not 100% clean, which is another reason why I don't want to have it. I couldn't. I feel like a filthy covered pig. I feel so low about myself. I disgust myself. I depress myself for letting myself get in this situation. And now it seems like an even harder path to get out. I don't know how long I'll be able to maintain this. I don't know if I'll be able to get a job. I got to get my health first. If I can't get my health, I can't get a job. What good is it to be unhealthy and have a job if I'm going to have medical problems and stuff like that? Oh, fuck, man. I'm a Republican in a fucking blue fucking insane state. In a blue city with blue politics that only cares about blue lives. And since I don't match the color, even less of it. Hey, if we're going to go racial on this, might as well call it out. Because to her, I don't. Or what does she say all the time? Oh, your mama's a whore. You know how I know your mama's a hoe? Because Mexican women are hoes. So your mama's a hoe. She says that also about her son's girlfriend. Because Leslie's half Mexican or whatever the heck she is. That's why she, and I realize that's why she uses the 2 Mexican kids, because she wouldn't use black kids, she would use Mexicans. She thinks so little. She said this multiple times. And now it's Saturday. I mean, the kids that come over, or the young folks that come on Saturdays to have the school auditorium as where they play basketball and stuff like that. Pretty much all day and well through the evening. That parking lot doesn't close until I don't know, later in the evening. But I have noticed one thing: they more or less now don't open the gate that is closest to the front of our house, or that is on the front side of the house. And the landlord's like, well, you know, so she comes over and has people in the parking lot, and I'm like, yeah. She comes out, pretends like she's walking the dog, and all the while the dog's over there doing business by the tree, and she's over there talking to someone on the church parking lot whilst that person is in the car. She comes in, does a little lean, does kind of a fist bump, and you can see the exchange. So I kind of think that's another reason why they don't really open the front gate too much, just the city street side, because there's two entrances there. There's an entrance and an exit that goes to the main boulevard, and then there's the one on our street. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Like I said, you know, the lack of communication with the landlord and everybody else is pretty much, it's real. I mean, it's just very, very few and far between. So. Alright, my friends, I'm going to end it here. I mean, I'm glad that you know, at least there was that confrontation with the landlord and everything. But honestly, yesterday, when she's talking to her, and the granddaughter's still there. The granddaughter's still in the front room. So again, what does that speak? Her granddaughter has no legal right to be there. So why is she still there? Neither do I. No idea. I don't know. Make this trend. Hey, be somewhere else in the USA. Look, I follow this stupid YouTuber and bring it to your local, and maybe that's usually how it starts. It's all a trend. All it takes is one. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment, pull down your pants and slide on that ice. A comment, good or bad, please, please. I love you all.